Hey guys, this is ShadyBwady here, and I'm going to be making a Raw review for June 24, 2013, and this is going to be my first review, so sorry if it's not the greatest, I'll be making more probably, so just come to this channel if you want to see some Raw reviews. If you don't want to watch it, or just too lazy, or don't think it's good, or don't have the time, or just want to recap whatever works, or you can just go to the popular channels, which... that's what I'm going to be doing. I don't know. Never mind. Okay, anyways. So, the show starts out. Dan O'Brien comes out. It's kind of a promo, I guess, talks about Orton, saying how he wants to beat Orton and whatever. And, like, how getting a count out isn't enough for him. And then Orton comes out, and then they have, like, this brawl, and just the commentators are saying it's just some massive brawl. And some referees come out and stuff, and Vicky says it's going to be the main event for tonight, and they want people to vote for it on the WWE app on what kind of stipulation it would be. I don't remember the 3 stipulations, but we'll get to that later anyways. And then after that, it was Sheamus and Christian versus Rhodes Scholars. Obviously, Sheamus and Christian won. I wasn't really expecting anything else unless someone from Rhodes Scholars would get a roll-up or something. In the beginning, Christian didn't seem like he was on his game, obviously, he was wrestling good, obviously it was, the scripted part, but, this kind of seemed like the weak link to Sheamus here, but, Sheamus and Christian pick up the win, and then, after that, it's Kaylen versus Oksana. I'm not sure how that came up. They played some, backstage thing on how Oksana got involved, or Kaylen attacked Oksana or something like that. I don't know. But pretty soon into the match, AJ interrupts in this Kaylen outfit. She's got blonde hair. She has a blonde wig on, and then she has this outfit that's pretty much similar to what Kaylen would wear. It kind of muscles on it. You'll have to look it up. I might put a link in the description if I remember. And then Big E comes out and then pretends to give her flowers because AJ's pretending that she's Kaylen. They just make fun of her. And Oksana goes for the roll-up, but Kaylen kicks out, and then Kaylen gets a spear and then wins it. And then that was the end of that little segment there. And then it was Alberto Del Rio versus Chris Jericho for the rematch like they had on SmackDown. But as it seemed as Jericho was about to make Del Rio tap out, Alberto Del Rio's manager, Ricardo Rodriguez, hits him with, I can't remember, I think it was the title, or I can't remember what it was. And then so Jericho wins by disqualification. And then Ziggler, he interrupts too, and then he started beating up both of them, if I recall correctly, and they just brawl throughout all 3 of them. And then that came to an end. Then after that, they actually released the 2K14 cover. But first, Team Bricky, Vicky Guerrero and Brad Maddox, they released their own covers. Vicky Guerrero's was, I think it was the cover of Vince McMahon, Stephanie McMahon, and Triple H with the 2K14 on it. And then Brad Maddox releases his custom-made cover, and he was on the middle, Brad Maddox in the middle, then it was John Cena. I can't remember who was on the left side, but sorry, I can't remember that. But then Jerry Lawler reveals the real cover. Of course, it's The Rock. I'm not going to argue with that, but I'm not sure why it's The Rock, considering he hasn't been wrestling since WrestleMania. So, cover might have been developed a little before they figured he was leaving for good or a while or whatever. And then, they actually released the 2K14 trailer online. I will leave a link to that in the description if you haven't seen that. But after that, they had Ryback versus the Great Khali. Ryback won. Not too big a surprise there. They wouldn't be giving Khali a push right now, if ever in the future. But he didn't come out with Natalia or Hornswoggle, so maybe that little alliance might have ended or something. I don't know. After that, it was John Cena with a promo to Mark Henry. And then, he was just talking crap about Mark Henry, saying how he bullcrapped all the fans and all the universe and his family. But, then he said something about how, the champ is here, our time is now, all that good Cena stuff. People hate Cena. I like him. That doesn't mean I just I like heels and faces, just so everyone knows. Like, I like Mark Henry and all those guys too. Ryback, not so much. Meh. Okay. Anyways, then after that, it was a triple threat tag team match for the #1 contenders for the Shield's Tag Team Championships. It was a really short match, actually. It was Tensai and Brodus Clay, or Tons of Funk, versus 3MB versus the Usos. And I was glad the Usos came out. I'm glad they're getting a little more of a push on Raw. And then the Usos ended up winning now I think they're going to be versing the Shield at Money in the Bank, or it might not even be on the pay-per-view, or it could be the pre-show. Don't know, but I do care. Let me know if anyone knows that. Then the Shield came out after the match, just a short stare down, and that was the end of that. And it was a CM Punk and Paul Heyman promo. It was good for the most part. Got a little edgy at some of it, but CM Punk's mic skills, Paul Heyman's mic skills, you know how that goes. They're both pretty good. And then, towards the end, Punk yells at Heyman to tell the truth on whether he knew Brock was in the building. And Heyman says he wasn't going to lie, or whatever, and he says Brock was not in the building. Once he said that, the crowd started booing, or whatever, just typical. And then Heyman was talking about how he always had his back when McMahon wanted to fire Punk or something. They told Heyman to. Heyman never did it. And then something about if Punk telling everyone, or the fans telling Punk to drop Heyman, and when the fans told Heyman to drop Punk, he never did. So then Punk kind of fell into it. They both hugged. And then the friendship still bonded, but I don't think Heyman's going to be managing Punk anytime soon. I won't say anytime soon, but I mean soon. That's okay. And then immediately after, the Primetime Players come out. I thought it was going to be a tag team match or something, but then I guess it was CM Punk versus Darren Young, and then Titus O'Neil was out as the manager or whatever. It was a good match. I mean, Darren Young got his finisher. I don't know what it's called. He gets him on the shoulders like a GTS, and then hits both knees to the face. I think it would be the face. I don't know. But soon after that, Punk kicked out at 2.5 or whatever. And then soon after that hit, Punk locked in the Anaconda device on Darren Young, and Darren Young tapped out immediately. He probably didn't even notice by the time Darren Young tapped out. It was so quick. And then after the match, Primetime Players begin to attack CM Punk, and then pretty soon after they attack Punk, you hear Curtis Axel's music hit. Curtis Axel quickly comes to the ring and attacks Primetime Players, and him and Punk are helping each other out, or not helping, it was just a quick beatdown on the Primetime Players. And then Paul Heyman comes in and says something 3 times. I was trying to catch it, but I couldn't quite make what he said. But then he said, Heyman was saying it was the only way to save Punk from the Primetime Players. And that was about the end of that. And then there's a Stephanie McMahon and Vicky Guerrero segment, a little backstage in Vicky Guerrero's office. Stephanie asking Vicky if she made the announcement about the Money in the Bank participants for the WWE Championship. Vicky Guerrero said she didn't, but then Stephanie said she'll just make the announcement. And then, soon enough, Stephanie came out and announced the Money in the Bank contenders. And those contenders, she first announced CM Punk, Daniel Bryan, Sheamus, Randy Orton, Christian, Kane, and Rob Van Dam, Mr. Money in the Bank. I don't know why I called him Mr. Money in the Bank. I don't know. Okay. Anyways. And then she announced all those, so that'll be what Rob Van Dam's returning is. Pretty predicted, I guess. Returning in the WWE Championship Money in the Bank ladder match. After that, there's another backstage segment. Ryback tells Team Bricky he wants a title shot at Money in the Bank, and Mark Henry should not be in there. But then Jericho comes in saying he wants to be in the Money in the Bank because he invented the match and he's been in the most Money in the Bank matches of anyone else. And then Vicky Guerrero yells at them saying this is her office, they shouldn't be demanding matches. So she tells them that they're both going to have a match at Money in the Bank. So Ryback versus Chris Jericho at Money in the Bank 2013. After that, it was CM Punk and Heyman in another backstage thing they had going on here. Heyman told Punk that, they were just talking for a little bit, and then Punk was saying how he didn't need Axel or Curtis Axel to come help him, but Heyman was saying that it was the only way to help him or whatever, like he was before. After that, Heyman told Punk that's going to be Axel and Punk versus the Primetime Players next week on Monday Night Raw. Punk was not too happy about that, but he said he's going to win that match by himself, then he'll go on to beat Brock Lesnar, then he'll go on to win Money in the Bank, then he'll become champion again. That segment ended, okay. Then Mark Henry come out and talks about how he fooled everyone, got everyone fooled. He saw people cry, and he got everyone. Mark Henry, I like him. I like him he's a great heel, and everyone knows that. But what I'm saying here, he made that retirement speech, and it was good. He got me tearing up. I love Mark Henry. Come on. He's Mark Henry. But after that retirement speech, what's he gonna do when he actually retires? It's kind of a bummer, because when he actually retires, he's probably just gonna, leave without a speech or anything like that. He's been around the business for a long time. The 1990s, maybe mid-1990s, late 1990s, whatever, around there. He's a big guy, been around for a long time. He's Mark Henry, okay. After that, the fans voted in a street fight from the WWE app that no one has. And Randy Orton then the main event was Randy Orton versus Daniel Bryan in a street fight. It was a good match. It was, seemed, a little slow at first, but then it quickly began to speed up. Randy Orton got put through a table at one point, but in the end, Daniel Bryan got Randy Orton in the no-lock. Randy Orton was in that no-lock for a long time. Not a long time, maybe a minute. But, and then trying to escape, Randy Orton couldn't find a way to escape. Then Daniel Bryan uses what's it called? The cane, I don't even know what it is, the sand cane, I don't know. He uses that one, candlestick there. He uses the candlestick to apply more pressure on the no-lock. Maybe it would be the yes lock now, actually, because now Daniel Bryan is starting to use yes again. So the yes lock with the candlestick applying more pressure, and then Randy Orton taps out. And then at the end, Monday Night Raw ends off with Daniel Bryan doing the yes chants in the middle of the ring, and Randy Orton kind of disappointed in himself, I guess, in the other side of the ring. And that was Monday Night Raw, June 24th, 2013. 3 weeks away from Money in the Bank. So that's it, everyone. That was my first Raw review. It was a pretty long time, so catch you guys later.